Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
Good morning. Peggy Burton here.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And it's election day.
It is election day, that's right. So you folks get out there and vote if you haven't already done so yet.
By the time this is playing, it'll be over.
It'll be over, and I do hope everybody votes.
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy to sit around and complain about what's happening. But you have a chance to vote. You can make a choice. Help make a choice.
Right.
But unfortunately, a lot of people don't. I think
I know.
the early voting turnout for this election today was about 14% or something like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, that's early voting, so,
14%,
Yeah,
though.
that's not a lot, really, for early voting, because now about half the people will vote early. Yeah, so.
Because early voting, the voting season is really almost a month long because it quits about, a week before election day.
I think today is Tuesday, and the last day you could vote early was last Thursday.
It's time to get out there and make it happen.
What that basically says is you've got about a month to vote. If you can figure out how to get to the polling place in a month,
then it's time to get with it. I know.
You just don't want to vote. Mother's Day's coming up this weekend. What about that?
It's a nice day, and it's a great day to honor mothers that you love.
Right.
Even mothers that you're not halfway crazy about. It's good to say. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I forgive you for not being the best mother in the world.
Well, there's nothing better than a mother's love.
That's right.
There's a relationship there that goes way beyond all things.
And it's generally unconditional.
And unfortunately, a lot of times when you're younger, you think they're a horrible mother, but when you grow up, you realize they weren't near as bad as you thought they were at that point.
I know, you can see my mother now. She put a lock on my bedroom door, and she said, when you decide to clean this up, I'll open the door. That's the way she operated. I loved it. Don't bring your sheets home from college for me to wash.
Do something personal.
Yeah.
Don't send an email or a text. Write a card or make a phone call or make a visit.
Make a visit. That's a good thing.
Be personally in touch with your mother, and be fortunate if you have one that's still around.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
You are very fortunate if you do have one that's still around, and make a plan to get there somehow.
Make a plan.
And if you've got a problem, you better tell mom. If you got in trouble, you kids out there that are watching, you better tell mom. She's going to find out anyway.
Did you tell your mother every time you got in trouble?
She knew. Back in the days when we grew up, if you got a whipping at school,
you got one at home.
Well, she knew before you got home, so you better say something. She'd whip you, and then Daddy'd come home, he'd whip you. I got 3 whippings every time I got in the road.
I think I had good discipline, but there was really never anybody at home. They had to work. Everybody was working.
Yeah.
So you got away with a lot of stuff, I'm sure.
I was pretty well self-disciplined to a degree. I didn't murder anybody. So
I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to discipline yourself on down to the flower shop.
Yes, you do, because they have some beautiful things there.
They have gorgeous gifts and flowers, and you can find something special for your mom at the flower shop.
And for heaven's sakes, do it now. Don't wait and lay it on a grave. Give it to your mom now.
There you go. Now that's very well said right there.
Yes, it is.
My mic's malfunctioning.
Hello?
Yeah, I said.
Are you on?
Are you on?
By the way, Peggy,
Fly me to the moon.
And let me play. Go ahead.
I saw some really good news on TV yesterday for you and I.
Oh, did you?
Yes, because they have now determined that in lab mice that if you recycle their blood, younger mice with older mice, that it makes you younger again.
So you're going home and slaughter a few mice.
So,
I was going to say how sharp you look.
Well,
I am loving that.
Doesn't Mr. Fuller look good? Yeah, we've got an election. We've got an election coverage show tonight. He's bringing his A game.
You're looking fine yourself.
Thank you. Hey, you know what I saw this morning? You'll appreciate this. The definition of a musician
is
a person who takes $5,000 worth of equipment,
puts it in a $500 car, and drives 100 miles for a $50 gig.
I was going to say.
That's the definition of a musician. A $10 gig doesn't make any difference.
Well, it's because it's not. You have to do it.
Oh yeah.
You just have to do
it. It's not a choice. Being a musician is a calling. It's I don't know what it's not a sickness because they're not, but it's just what you are. It's what you do.
It's what you are, and it's what you do.
And what you're passionate about.
We've got some good things on the show today.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. What was it?
That's very true what you say though about this, because I know when we were doing karaoke shows, and we didn't have to have a set of drums and all that kind of stuff.
Just walk in
but still, it took
a lot of
an Aerostar
equipment.
van to carry everything that we had to have to go do these karaoke shows. It was just unbelievable. Now you can do it out of a suitcase.
So I would just like to say, support a musician out there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for
go be an audience. Go get a ticket.
Buy a Ray Price album. Beauty is Ray Price. Support me. Oh, by the way, Hastings has 90 copies of this
great.
And I'm going to do an album signing on the 17th of May. That's a Saturday from 5 to 8. So if anybody, and if you've already bought one somewhere else, bring it in. And you don't have to buy it. Yeah. I mean, I told them I wouldn't do it unless people could bring their albums in that they had already bought.
That seems fair.
Yeah, and they said they didn't care. They just wanted people to come in the store, and they're excited about it. So
because that's exciting to me.
Yeah, it's a fun thing.
That you're going to be sitting there, the artist.
Do they not give you any copies of this album
when
you wrote the title song?
No, those days are long gone.
You don't get any free copies.
You don't get anything.
There was a time when you did, I think.
Oh yeah.
You would get so many free copies.
The thing. Hey, I did something fun this weekend, and we have part of it on the show. I was invited and very honored to be invited by Teddy Bart to his induction into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame ceremony on Saturday night in Murfreesboro at the convention center up there. It's a very nice facility, and this was an incredible event. I mean, the who's who in radio and television in the Middle Tennessee, or the state of Tennessee, we're all there. And Fran and I went. It was like my head was on a swivel.
I would think.
Just looking around to see who you would see next. And it was very exciting.
I'm excited that you were excited.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to do. And, I was waiting on, because I had Jerry House's book.
Yeah.
That I have read Jerry House's book, and if you were a Jerry House fan on a WSIX, the House Foundation, Mike Bohan was inducted, and Jerry was the person who introduced him for his induction. And man, I wanted Jerry to sign that book, and his table was right next to ours, and I saw his name, and I thought, I'm gonna get my book signed by my hero, and he didn't show up till about 3 minutes before he walked on stage, and about 3 minutes after he walked on stage, he left. And the first thing he said is, if y'all been looking for me, I want to thank the Feinbaum and Bloomfield wedding next door. That's where I've been for the last 2 hours. The food over there and the wine was excellent. Now, whether he had done that or not, I don't know. But he was typical. He was typical Jerry House, and it was a very, very good event. And a lot of people there, and made some really good contacts. And Keith Bilbrey, remember Keith Bilbrey?
Sort of.
He was the voice of the Opry for a long time on the Ralph Emery Show, and he's doing a show on RFD now called Charlie's Diner or something like that, which is a classic country music type of a show. Come to find out, he's married. His wife, Amy Jo, is Jimmy Lou Smith's niece.
Jimmy Lou Smith, the artist from here in Tullahoma that painted Bob Carter's portrait in mine.
And yours. And so they are real familiar with Tullahoma. And so I told Keith, I said, well, next time I gave him my card, said, next time y'all are down, come by the studio. I told him about what we do here, and he was very interested in that and said, oh, yeah, we'll get together. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And what an honor for Teddy Bart, because he was a great talent.
Let me tell you what,
there
were a lot of people, there were quite a few people inducted, 6 of them posthumously, and whose family members were there to accept, and then about 7 others. And as the night went on, it became very clear to me that out of the best in Tennessee radio, Teddy Bart was the best.
Yeah.
He probably was.
The guy has more class,
Thank goodness he got this honor
and
before
more
he
class
died. Yeah.
and grace,
He really,
and handled himself so well. And his acceptance to this honor was brilliantly done, short, very graceful. Some of them just went on and on and on and on and on.
I hate that.
Carl
I hate
P.
that.
Mayfield made a fool out of himself, as far as I'm concerned. But,
you think he'd been nipping on the
oh,
ball a
they
little
don't
bit?
tell him what Carl P. can do. But it was a great event. We have some film of that we'll show you on the show today of Teddy's acceptance to the
Wonderful.
Tennessee Hall of Fame.
We're all very
And he had
proud of Teddy.
he had a great career in television as well.
Oh, heavens, yes.
And he lives in Coffee County now, doesn't
Yeah, he lives
Yes.
halfway between Tullahoma and Manchester. And Demetria was there, and we reacquainted ourselves. She and Fran ran to each other like a couple of magnets because she had been down here at South Jackson for our Derby party a year ago.
Quite a while.
Or 2 years. 2 years
ago,
ago to judge the hat contest. So so we reacquainted with her, which was good, and she's doing well. And Charlie Chase was there, and
So you're just here.
we had a big time.
You're just dropping names big time, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't
That's
get
what
to
happens when you write a hit song. You get to know
I
you get to see
that's
all
what
these
happens
people.
when because of us here at Channel 6 and the way that we treated Teddy Bart when he had the round table and the way we performed for him in playing his tapes as we should, that he would send down here, he became, number one, friendly with Channel 6 as an operation because he was very pleased in the way we handled his project. And then he became friends.
Yeah.
And after they quit that roundtable show, he and Carlin Evans came and did Fair Game, did another interview show here for a year and a half, something
about a year
like
and a
that.
half, yeah.
So great man, great friend, and we're very, very proud for him and of him. And with that said,
listen, if you want a dog, we've got a dog on the show today that needs a home.
other than this,
Oh.
I need a home.
Kevin Whipple is here with a dog.
Kevin's here with a dog, and there's a hot tin roof somewhere.
That's right.
And I think there might be a cat on it. You hang around and see. After these brief messages, we'll be back with today's show.
We've got Kias coming out of our ears at Russell Barnett Kia. We've never had this much inventory to choose from, and that means it's a great time to buy. Check out the 2014 Kia Optima, 0% financing available in 60 months, or up to $6,000 off select Kia Sorrentos. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. So come on down and help us clean out our ears at Russell Barnett Kia. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Jeff Stroop, and right now through the month of April, we're going to run a spring special to clean and service your systems. It will help with operation and efficiency.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop. Give us a call with the training promotions running through May 15th with $1,100 rebate and 0% financing for 4 years.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. I'm so glad spring is here. Thank you for all your business and your trust. God bless.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
You to hang around because we had a dog on the set. Kevin Whipple is here from the
Tullahoma Animal Shelter.
Tullahoma Animal Shelter with Coco.
Yep.
Coco is a sweet, sweet dog. And y'all have had her how long?
Oh, we've had her about 2 weeks now. We ain't had her very long, but she was turned in by her owner. because our owner couldn't keep her anymore.
Oh, and she's about 4 years old and obviously well trained.
Oh yeah, and she's up to date on all her shots.
Oh,
so
awesome.
She's good to go.
Is she spayed or neutered?
She has not been spayed yet, but with our $35 adoption fee, you'll get a certificate to get them spayed for free.
Awesome. I believe she may have been a house dog. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right.
Probably, and she seems very friendly and easy to get along with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure.
How many you got down there now?
We're in about the mid-50s, so it's getting a little bit better. But
well, summertime's a good time to get a dog because they can run the yard, and you can a good time to walk the dog and get those extra pounds off of your hips.
Oh yeah. They love going for walks with you, and so, I mean, they're a great companion.
Yes,
so.
They are. Have you all got something coming up to raise money anytime soon?
We just had something this past weekend.
How'd that go?
It went very good. We made a little over $1,200.
Awesome.
So.
And you always need donations, I'm sure. We have the phone number up, so if you're interested, you can either go down to the shelter between the hours of
about 7 to 5.
7 to 5, or call that number and make an appointment. And I'm sure if you could only go later, that somebody would probably see you. And I think I would say that you can just give an idea of what kind of dog you'd like to have, because you probably have all breeds.
Oh yeah, we got all different kinds, all different ones.
Little ones, big ones.
All different kinds.
Short ones, tall ones.
Short ones, tall ones.
Do you think you get many that are like purebred?
Oh, we do get a few here and there. Mostly black labs and pit mixes is the most we get.
And I wonder why that is.
I don't know. It's something about a black dog. A lot of people, they just don't, I guess, attach to black dogs as fast as they do some of the other ones.
But I love a black dog and I love a black cat.
Oh yeah.
And I let them cross my path just 24 hours a day if they like.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, the black labs and ones like that, they're actually very smart companion dogs.
They're very smart. Well, let's talk a little bit about how to take care of a dog in the summer.
Okay.
What do you need to do?
Well, first of all, if you're traveling or anything with your dog, you don't want to leave them in the car too long with their windows up. Because actually, if you got your windows up, it's 70 degrees, if you have your windows up for 10 minutes, it can go up 20 degrees within 10 minutes. So don't leave your dog in the car. I mean, even if you go into the store, it shouldn't be over 10 minutes.
Shouldn't be over 10 minutes. That's very dangerous, and I wonder sometimes if people actually think about that, because do you think people put water in the car for their dog?
Some people do.
That would be helpful if you had to go to the grocery.
We've already had one or two cases where we've had to go out and check on the dog, but a lot of people will set like a cup of water in the cup holder. That way the dog can get to it.
And at least get a little water, because it's easy to get dehydrated in this weather. How many dogs you got at your house?
Me, I've got 3.
You got 3 now?
Yeah, I've got 3.
Do you think you could use Coco?
Oh, maybe not right now. I've thought about it, but...
She seems so gentle, and I think it should be good for... She doesn't seem to be hyper like a...
She can get her playful moments.
Are you playful sometimes, Coco? You want to give me a hug? She's a sweet, sweet dog.
Yeah.
4 years old, and she would be a mix of something, you think?
I think she's full-blooded beagle.
Think she's a full-blooded beagle, and aren't they smart?
Oh, yes, they're very, very smart.
You think they kill moles in my yard?
Yeah, they probably would.
Mole chasers?
Well, I've got one, so.
Yeah.
But, oh, yeah.
Because I know that's a big problem in a lot of people's yards. So.
Yeah,
this could very well be a working dog.
Very much so.
A dog that would love you regardless of what you do, and then go out and mow out your yard.
There you go.
Are y'all doing the drill in the pool in the fall still?
I don't think she's wanting to do that one this time.
You don't think she is?
No, I don't think it. We got a very good.
You didn't get a turnout like you had hoped?
like we expected to. Yeah. So I don't know. So it's just gonna be. We'll work on it and see what kind of events we got coming up.
So. I wonder if people realize how much an animal does for a person. I have read that people that owned cats or dogs lived longer, they had less stress, and they got more exercise.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you walk your dog. And so there's got to be healthy. So in the hot summer, does the dog need to have shelter just like in the winter?
Yeah, and it is required in the state of Tennessee for them to have some kind of house, especially.
Now, I noticed she has a collar. Is that a flea collar?
No, this was what she was turned in with.
She just turned in with a collar. So How often do you put flea medicine on a dog?
We do it during the summer, just whatever kind we got, and we just follow the directions on the box.
Yeah, okay. So is that like about once a month?
Once a month. Sometimes it's every other month.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends.
And I think that my cat has a shot for rabies that goes for 3 years now. Does that work with the dogs?
Yes, they can get the same shots as the cats.
That's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, yes, they're good to get. And
now, sometimes in the store, I'll see the stuff that you spray on a dog for fleas and ticks. Does that work pretty good?
It works. Yeah, it can work. It works sometimes. I don't think it keeps the fleas off.
Well, listen, the bottom line is we've got this dog that we would love to find a home, along with him and a lot of others. Kevin, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Coco. Be a good dog. We'll be back with more stuff.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary, humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the set now Jason Waller, who is the new program director at the Tullahoma Recreation Department, and of course Winston Brooks, who is the community coordinator. We were missing you the other day, Winston, because somebody came up with the theory that maybe it's not even a theory, but I guess you'd have to be a geologist maybe, or maybe a meteorologist to understand this, but that Tullahoma doesn't have tornadoes in the downtown proper part of the city because it's elevation, and tornadoes have a tendency to don't like to travel uphill, and so they have a tendency to go around Tullahoma. And it sort of made sense to me, but I was wishing that you were here so you could confirm that or not.
Well, I will neither deny or confirm, but it's a good theory, and it's a little scary because we must be running in the same circles because there's been some talk about the elevation of Tullahoma, and so I have been doing some checking on that, and Tullahoma's elevation is 1,090 feet, which is only 900 feet short of Sewanee, which you wouldn't think that. Yes. And so because of that elevation, tornadoes have sometimes there's theory, as you say, and rumor that they jump over those types of geographic elevations. And so I used to live on Signal Mountain, and people always said, oh, you'll never get a tornado on top of the mountain. And that was wrong. Eventually I witnessed one within a mile of my house. So I think there is some protection, but it's not total protection. So you always got to be safe. When you hear those sirens going off, go into your safe place and be weather alert, weather aware when the bad weather is coming.
That is phenomenal. That you actually knew the elevation of Tullahoma. That's phenomenal.
Well, I did just look it up. So.
Oh. How did you know what I was going to come up with? Boy, I haven't been able to stump him in weeks. Anyway, let's get to the subject today. That was pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah, we've got some great activities going on that we wanted to talk about today. We've got Rock Creek Concert Series that's going to be down at the park on this Saturday, which is May 10th. And Jason Waller has been working really hard to get this event set up. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be from noon until 10:30. And we've got a little clip that we're going to show too.
Okay, you want it now? Yeah, it's ready whenever you want.
We'll go ahead and watch that, and then we'll come back and fill you in on the rest of the details.
Let's play that clip right now.
Play the music you're all playing.
Well, I mean, what inspired me to play really the blues exactly is, I've just been listening to it my whole life, and I love it so much, and I've been playing for so long,
I got inspired by a lot of new and old stuff. I listen to a lot of John Mayer, Joe Bonamassa, Derek Trucks, and now I listen to stuff like Led Zeppelin and the Allman Brothers, and everything in that genre.
How did you like playing Tullahoma last year?
Oh, it was awesome. It was sick. And it was the first outdoor show we played at night with like lights and everything. So they had all the lights, and it was so much fun.
How long have you been playing the drums?
Well, I started out doing pots and pans, so basically forever.
I've always said that if I can make a substantial living for myself playing music, no matter what that is, no matter to what degree that is, I'll be really happy with my life. So as long as I'm playing music and supporting myself doing that, and that's where I hope to see myself.
Oh, I love Tullahoma. We love Tullahoma, and we still talk about it pretty much every time we're together, because it was like the first show where I think maybe it was because Rocky joined us, and it was like we just knew it was right, and the lights, and it was our nighttime show, and it was just really cool. It was like basically my first moment where I felt like a rock star, and I felt like this is what I want to do, So it was really awesome.
Okay, and that was Cumberland Blues. Okay, now they're going to be one of the acts, obviously, this weekend.
They'll be our headliner.
Yeah, right, okay. And I think that this is like a music and art show combined, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to have art vendors down there on the greenways showing their art off and stuff like that.
Right.
And then around noon we'll start our local artists playing.
I see.
And then about 5:30 we've got our other artists coming in. We got Cumberland Blue playing at 8:30, and then the Midget Wrestlers playing at 6:30, and then our 5:30 show is
Marion Galbraith. She's a local favorite.
Yes, absolutely. She is quite popular and very, very good as well.
And the Midget Wrestlers are Kyle Copeland, John Cook. I can't remember the bass player's name right now.
Yeah,
but they are a fabulous group.
I could have told you that if you hadn't asked, if you hadn't mentioned it, but.
So it's going to be a great time, and the Tullahoma Art Council has worked real hard. Marion Coleman has brought Peggy Burton's voice students are going to be down there as well, singing, and they're going to have from 12 to 5. There's going to be a full schedule of music during that time before the professional acts start, and there's going to be art vendors. There's going to be food concessions, but you're also encouraged to bring your picnic supplies. So we're encouraging everyone to come out, bring your blankets, your lawn chairs, get settled in. And as we heard Cumberland Blue talk about it, it's a special night because it's a nighttime outdoor concert.
Right.
And I've checked the weather forecast. There's nothing to worry about.
And
come right out.
No,
rain or shine.
Weather's going to be great. He's an expert on this, so he knows. Last weather forecast I saw was a slight chance of rain, but not anything to worry about.
That's right. This is going to be rain or shine, but nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Now, one important thing I think we might have left out of this analogy of this event is, what does it cost to go to this?
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. That's right. That's
Hard
right.
to beat that.
Yeah, you can't beat that. And is this going to be like a series of concerts this summer, or is this the only one that you have planned right now?
Right now, this is the only one we got
I
going.
see. Yeah, I see. Okay. But it's and what a time to have it, because last weekend you cleaned up Rock Creek. Or was it the weekend before that? But
well, and that was partly strategic.
Yeah.
We wanted
okay.
We wanted to get the park looking nice, and then we could showcase it and show it off. And that's what we want to do, is invite the public to come out, free concert, and take advantage of Fraser McEwen Park. They've got the new Rocket Park down there. It's going to be a big stage set up. There's going to be volleyball. Will the volleyball nets be set up?
No, they will not.
Oh, that's where the stage is going to be?
Yep.
Okay. So no volleyball, but still a great night to come down. And Fraser McEwen Park is one of the jewels of Tullahoma and the park system. And got the Greenway, which now is free of litter and rubbish. It was unbelievable the amount of trash that was taken out of there.
I understand. Was it 3,800 pounds?
Yeah, close to 2 tons.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yes. 18 tires, steel doors.
6 shopping carts.
And a bicycle.
Right. And any snakes?
There were 2 snake sightings.
Yeah.
No snake bites.
Yeah, okay. Outstanding.
So that was good. But, the Cumberland Blue, Jason went to Nashville and actually spoke to them, met with them. And how old are those guys?
Well, the piano player's 12. The singer's 20 at the oldest.
Yeah.
The fiddle player's 15. The bass player's 15, and the other guy's 17, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
It's a super young group, real quirky, got their own little twist on all of it, but they come together and they sound good, as we heard earlier.
Yeah. How did you find this group? Did you?
Well, they actually played for us last year down here.
Yeah. Okay.
And we just kind of went back with them because they were so good last year.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, on a personal note, how long have you been in this job as a program coordinator for the?
Well, I worked at the base for about 2 years as program sports director, and I've been here about 2 months.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you took who's
Merrill's job?
Meadows.
Yeah. You took Merrill's job, and who moved on to, we think, Arizona or somewhere in a similar job. But well, congratulations on your new title here and your new job, and we're looking forward to great things out of you here in Tullahoma.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and so stay tuned. He's got some great events planned.
Yeah.
Just had a disc golf course, a tournament out of the new disc golf course. So
how did that go for you, by the way?
Went great. I had several pros show up. A lot of local people showed up, not really knowing how everything works. And I think everybody's kind of getting the gist of it, and it's growing tremendously.
Right.
And our course is, I'd say, top 10 in Middle Tennessee right now.
No kidding.
According to the pros, that's what we kept catching on all their little comments.
Okay, outstanding. Okay. I don't know who gets the credit for that, but it's pretty neat that that's happening here in Tullahoma.
Yeah, well, it was a collaborative effort between Parks and Rec and Morning Rotary Club.
Right.
So they did a great job getting that course designed. And Kurt Glick, director of Parks and Rec, he reached out to one of the foremost course designer, and so obviously it's starting to show.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting those kind of results.
Okay. All right. Coming up this weekend. What is this event called? Does it have a name?
The Rock Creek Arts Festival.
Rock Creek Arts Festival. Okay. At Fraser McEwen Park here in
This
Tullahoma.
Saturday.
This Saturday. Coming up this Saturday, starts at noon, and then
runs all day.
Runs all day till 10 o'clock at night or something like thereabouts. So don't miss it. It is free, folks. We'll be right back in just a moment with more living right after this.
For the past 32 years, we've had an amazing Register of Deeds, Miss Ellen Vaughn. Miss Vaughn has announced her retirement and will be leaving soon. We're going to miss her professionalism and kindness. I'm Tracy Hirschman-Weibert, candidate for the office. I know these are some big shoes to fill. My education and experience has now brought me to this place and time where I'm asking you for your vote for Coffee County Register of Deeds. Let's keep a good thing going.
Vote Weibert indeed, Coffee County's most qualified.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our partners for healing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Excalibur limousine provided by AAA Limousine Service, and these are the South Jackson Gatsby girls, starting the promotion for the Great Gatsby Gala that will be held at South Jackson June 7th, 2014. Get your party hat on, folks. It's gonna be a ball. What about it, girls?
Here's to ya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you earlier the other night, I was honored and privileged to be able to attend Teddy Bart's induction into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame, and we have a little video about that right here for you. Hope you enjoy this. All right, we're here at the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame. It's the induction night, and look at all these golden records back here that the inductees will get. And we are here because our friend Teddy Bart is being inducted tonight into the Hall of Fame. The room's filling up. And again, that's Jimmy Carter, Channel 4, and he is talking to Teddy Bart. That's Fran Gray and Jana Bart right there. Look at that, two good-looking girls. Had a wonderful night celebrating Teddy Bart's career in radio. Right there.
Everyone, I was so honored to be here last year when the man standing beside me was inducted. It was a very big night. It looks even twice as big this time. Monster event.
Enjoy your dinner, because we have a lot of wonderful things that are going to be happening up here. A lot of people are being honored this evening that are so deserving of the honor. And I want you to know that it is wonderful to see so many of Tennessee's top radio personalities and professionals in this room.
Hi, how are you? Aren't they fabulous? Lorianne looks exactly like she did when we worked together, and Charlie looks so lifelike. It's just great. I'd also like to thank the Feingold McCloskey wedding. I've been over there for the last 2 hours. So, you know, I suppose I should be funny, but I'm here to induct the most gentle, wonderful human being that I know, Porkchop Perkins.
That's all anybody's been talking to me about is my shoes. Thank you, Jerry House.
Is 7 seconds delay on? I'm not really sure.
He is a well-respected singer-songwriter, great entertainer, an author, widely read, having written multiple books, extraordinary radio guy, outstanding television journalist.
Absolutely, but Teddy Bart is much more than just the sum of all these accolades that Lorianne mentioned. He's a man who's still sharing his knowledge and wisdom with the new generation of broadcasters. And many of you, no doubt, will remember that Teddy did a remarkable and terrific job hosting the first event for the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame a couple of years ago.
He's good at everything he does. But more on Teddy and his remarkable career is former Deputy Governor Tom Ingram.
I'll reflect on my buddy Teddy. In many ways, I think, is a model for us personally and professionally. He set the standard for talk radio years and years ago, before it was as prominent and all around us as it is today. I don't think there's anybody in Teddy's league when it comes to talk radio, even today, except maybe Charlie Rose. My great privilege and honor now to present a person as much as anybody I know is worthy of a Hall of Fame recognition. My friend Teddy Bart.
Teddy's respect of other people's point of view comes through on the air. And it's easy to understand why for 5 years running, Teddy Bart was voted Nashville's best talk show host. And he received the Lifetime Achievement Award from Nashville Broadcasters. Welcome, Teddy Bart, and congratulations on a knockout career.
And thank you so much for that nice round of applause. I really don't deserve it. But then I have arthritis and I don't deserve that either. So. But I know why you did that. I know why you were so warm and wonderful. You wanted to make an old, tired broadcaster feel good. So Charlie, you must feel pretty good. This is really remarkable how this organization has grown. I did MC the first year, and it has grown to where now it is a statewide organization, the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame, and it really is dedicated to, as every one of you who are in this business can attest, only you know what it took to get you where you are right now. Those of you who do this radio thing know how precious it is to do it every day. There's a special culture among radio people that, and when you meet, no matter where you're from, if you don't know each other, you know that you have gone through the wars, but you also know you love what you do. So my life has been wonderful. I've met so many people that I never thought I would meet, heroes in life. And I want to thank you all so very much, those of you who voted for my induction, to make this night possible for me to be able to share it with Jana and my friends. And in closing, the best way I can sum it up would be to say to you, with apologies to Garth Brooks, our lives are better left to chance. I would have missed the pain, but then I would have missed the dance. Thank you very much. Because it might not have ever happened. In 1964,
looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and fine sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
Spring cleaning has begun at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. With rebates and incentives up to $10,000 and 0% financing available on select models, now is the time to buy. Russell Barnett Ford is offering top dollar for your trade during the spring cleaning sales event. Stop by one of our locations, Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
We get closer to a world with more birthdays. When we take cancer patients by the hand, we help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Will you do me a favor?
Maybe I will. What favor?
Just keep your voice down.
Oh, Brick, I will do you that favor. I will speak in a whisper, if not shut up completely, if you will do me a favor and make that drink your last one before the party.
What party?
Big Daddy's birthday party.
Is this Big Daddy's birthday?
You know this is Big Daddy's birthday.
No, I don't. I forgot.
Well, I remembered it for you.
Good for you, Maggie.
Here, you just have to scribble a little something on this card.
You scribble something, Maggie.
What's your present? It's got to be your handwriting. Brick, I've already given him my present. It's your present. It's got to be your handwriting.
I didn't get him a present.
Well, I got one for you.
Good for you, Maggie. You scribble something then.
Well, and have him know you didn't remember his birthday.
I didn't remember his birthday.
Well, you don't have to prove it to him, do you?
I don't want to fool him about it.
Well, just write love, Brick, for God's sake.
No.
You've got to.
I don't have to do anything I don't want to. You keep forgetting the conditions on which I agreed to stay on living with you.
We aren't living together. We occupy the same
You've
cage.
got to remember the conditions agreed upon.
Well, the impossible conditions.
Oh, why don't you just...
Hush. Hush. Is somebody there? Is someone out there?
May I enter a moment?
Oh, it's you, May. Come in.
Brick, is this thing yours?
Why, sister woman? That's my Diana trophy.
Well, it's a mighty dangerous thing to leave around a house full of normal, red-blooded children attracted to weapons.
Well, normal, red-blooded children attracted to weapons ought to be taught not to touch things that don't belong to them.
Maggie, honey, if you had children of your own, you'd know just how funny that is. Now, will you please lock this thing up and put the key out of reach?
Sister woman, no one is plotting the destruction of your kitties. Brick and I still have our special archer's license. We're gonna go deer hunting on Moon Lake just as soon as the season starts. Oh, I love to run with dogs through chilly woods. Run, run, leap over obstructions.
How's the injured ankle, Brick?
Doesn't hurt, just itches.
Oh, Brick. Brick, you should have been downstairs after supper. Kiddies put on a show. Holly played the piano, Buster and Sonny drums, and then they turned out the lights, and Dixie and Trixie performed a toe dance in fairy costume with sparklers. Big Daddy just beamed. He just beamed.
Well, I'm sure. And May, it just breaks my little heart that we missed it. But May, why'd you give dogs' names to all your kitties?
Dogs' names?
Dixie, Trixie, Sonny, Buster, Polly. Sounds like 4 dogs and a parrot.
Maggie, why are you so catty?
Because I'm a cat. Why can't you take a joke, sister woman?
Nothing pleases me more than a joke that's funny. You know the real names of our children. Buster's real name is Robert, Sonny's real name is Saunders, Trixie's real name is Marlene, and Dixie... Intermission's over. I'll see you later.
Well, I wonder what Dixie's real name is.
What fun. I love that. If you haven't guessed what this production is coming up in Manchester this weekend at the MAC, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, what fun. Big shoes to fill. Both of you. I'm thinking, all of 3 of you, I'm thinking of the movie.
Right.
Paul Newman.
Of course.
Oh, my beating heart. Anyway, tell me quickly how to get tickets, because I know people are going to want to see it.
All right, so there are multiple ways to get tickets. The first is by going to millenniumrep.org, and there you can purchase tickets for $2 off the advertised price, which is $13 for adults and $11 for children. There's also a $2 discount for seniors, students, and veterans. So that's always great. But also, if you want to call in, you can dial 931-570-4489. And we'll be certain to get you a reservation.
Wonderful. And I guess I should tell the audience that you are Amanda Wright, playing the part of Maggie in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof with that wonderful Southern accent. I love that.
Well, I loved listening to Vivian Lee whenever she was doing all of the different things that she did, but that was something that she kind of carried through. And she did an interview on television, a small interview, and she had this wonderful accent, and I wanted to replicate it.
Would you introduce her and her part?
Oh, yes. Well, this is Tori Henshaw, and you would never guess how old she actually is.
No, I guess I wouldn't.
16.
And you're playing the part of
May.
May, who
May
is...
Pollett.
How old was she?
35.
Well, good girl. Awesome. What a great part. And you people that don't have a clue, this is Jared Graham from right here in Tullahoma. He's been traveling the world and decided to come home for a while.
That's right.
And we're excited about that, Jared. Welcome home.
I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, and you're playing the part of Is it
Brick Pollitt.
Brick.
Yeah, the alcoholic cripple.
Great show. Have you found it a challenge?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, definitely.
It's kind of different from, say an ordinary musical with all the hoopla. You've got to.
I know, the one thing that I keep saying in these interviews is that I really appreciate the reality of what Tennessee Williams wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Because he, in his original script, did not want it to be this story in which Brick learns that he ought to, come to terms or come to grips with why he's a drinker, and Maggie should not become more respectful or more compassionate, and the audience shouldn't love her so much, and May shouldn't be so smart or pretty.
Yeah.
But in order to please Hollywood and in order to please Broadway, they decided to change it up a little bit. And so, although it did change, I still appreciate that it shows some realities of the human condition, how you feel, anger, love, hate.
And a lot of things that people go through that they don't tell.
That's true.
And you'll see it in this play, I think. What's your favorite part, Jarrett?
Ooh, well, for my character, I kind of get to play a progression of inebriation.
Right.
I start out the show kind of in a normal way, but throughout the evening in this family's house,
you get more and more inebriated.
I drink quite a bit. It's all fake in the show, I swear. But I get to play as if I'm inebriated, so I think that playing that progression is probably my favorite piece.
Yeah, and that's a challenge, too.
It is.
I know you've been doing lots of interesting things, but we want to make sure everybody knows that this is this weekend and the following weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
And showtime is 7:30
on Fridays and Saturdays, and 2 p.m. on Sundays.
And that's both weekends.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so, and it's a fairly small theater, which I love, by the way. The acoustics are wonderful.
Very intimate space.
There is not a bad seat in the house. If you sit in what you might think is the worst seat in the back corner, you can still see. I love that theater. Okay, we've got 30 seconds, so what I want to know is, are you ready? You got your clothes ready.
Well, we were able to come do it on this stage, so we are always ready.
You're always ready.
We got 2 more days to rehearse. So.
But don't you think when you get to this point, you're just anxious to have an audience, because that's when it really that's when it really comes together.
Absolutely.
Always.
Well, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, folks, don't miss it. Manchester at the theater on the square.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can't miss it, so call that number and get a ticket and go. I am so glad you came.
Thank you so much for having
us. The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard, because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Every year, the mayor holds a competition on what young people love most about Tullahoma. I think this is, well, it says on there, I don't remember whether it's the 8th or the 13th, but there's been a bunch of years we've done this. And that happens at South Jackson Civic Center. And I was there the other day to get a little video showing you who the winners were about what they love about Tullahoma. Some great kids.
Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Lane Curley, and we're a great day to be in Tullahoma today. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 11th What I Like Most About Tullahoma contest. Our effort to encourage the elementary students of our public schools in Tullahoma to slow down a minute and think about their hometown and what it means to them. We had some incredible entries, all of which demonstrate our young people's imagination and ability to express their thoughts, either in prose or in graphic form. Through their eyes, we now have a better understanding of what they like and appreciate most in Tullahoma. This year we had over 1,400 entries thanks to the support of principals, staff, administration, and school board. And you have seated next to you, or close to you, one of the 48 winners of this contest. I'm very proud of all of these entries, and I'm proud of these young people. And let's start with Fair Elementary School.
Appreciate all the Fair kids tonight. They've done Fair School proud. Fair Frogs forever.
Alderman Duncan, one of our newer aldermen, will present these certificates for Bel Air School. So if all the Bel Air School students... Okay, our next school is Robert E. Lee Elementary. If Ms. Lindeman would come and do the... All the East Lincoln students. The judges have selected of these 48 2 grand prize winners. And to announce those 2 grand prize winners is our most senior alderman, Mike Stanton.
Katie Champion, where are you? And Katie, one other thing I know you won't want me to forget, and that is the Eat More Chicken with some Chick-fil-A coupons here soon. Our next grand prize winner is Caden Tucker.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo Fiend, Music Fan, Video Streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
Okay, folks, we're back, and it's always fun when one of Tullahoma's own, who has been out in the world, traveling around, shows back up here. And today we have Barrett Hedges with us. And Barrett, if you don't remember, in 2010, won the National Geographic photo contest.
Yes, sir.
With a bear in the water, charging. And what I'd like to do right now, Barrett, is just kind of catch up with you. And I know Barrett brought some pictures. Catch up with you about what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Since then.
Yeah, I mean, since then I've been on the road, 9 or 10 months of the year, every year, and seen a lot, traveling a lot, trying to, capture more, amazing photos that other people don't have or aren't willing to get.
You're right.
That's the main thing of pushing the limits.
Well, and I think the last conversation we had, not on television, you're doing some guide work. You're helping people who are not as knowledgeable of the area as you to find good pictures and taking them to where they can get the bears.
Yeah, and I actually have, I do that through other companies, but I actually have set up my own tour this summer in Alaska for 5 days in June, where they've signed up personally with me to go photograph bears in Alaska, because I've scoped the area out and done all the research, done the hard work.
Well, and part of the reason you're here today is you met some guys from Germany up in Alaska.
In Yellowstone.
In Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And the story I was told is when the professionals want to find bears, they found out that they need to find Barrett first because he knows where they are.
That's right. Yeah, I was basically their guide. You know, they're doing a BBC film on Yellowstone, and I became their kind of personal guide of Yellowstone because I've tracked a lot of animals there, and basically they followed me around to get their shots.
Well, and Philip, there's some Yellowstone pictures. I think Barrett said there's about 4.
Yeah.
So tell us what we're looking at, Barrett.
So this is just a wintry scene here in Yellowstone this past year. You know, probably a -5 or 10 degree morning. You know, and pretty typical, you know, winter. You know, they call those ghost trees when they're completely covered in snow like
That's
that.
pretty.
And then this is a bison, you know, laying out in the snowstorm, just trying to wait till it passes.
Right.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah. I mean, is he or she laying down, or is it?
Yeah,
up?
he's laying down in the snow. It's drifted over him.
Right. So it's not. He's not up to his belly, and he's standing up in snow.
No, he's just sitting there praying.
All right, give us another one, Philip. Ooh.
It is a beautiful bobcat in a snowstorm. You know, I've tracked bobcat, try and find one all winter, and you know, one day my luck changed, and there it was, and I was able to follow it for a few hours, actually, which is pretty rare with the wildcat. And this is him on a little ridge above me and walking around.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, one of my favorite of the winter.
Yeah.
And then so right after Yellowstone, I left for India. I went directly from.
Now wait a minute. You were in Yellowstone, and then you left Yellowstone and went to India.
Yeah, a little bit of different climate change.
I would say so. And who's this guy right here?
This is a sloth bear. I'm sure plenty of you don't know what type of bear this is, but it's the Indian sloth bear. It's got, you know, distinguishable by the little chest marking. Pretty similar size of our black bear, but it's got a lot more hair and funny demeanor and claws, and you know, a very interesting bear. You know, my goal is to photograph every bear species in the world, and this is 4 of 8. So I'm getting there.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we have next? There's some more sloth.
Yeah, so
bears.
it's pretty typical, with them to have 2 cubs, and they actually carry them around on their back like that, and it's really cool. American bears don't really do that behavior, but with the Indian sloth bear, it's. But anytime you see a bear with cubs on their back, it's always pretty neat.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's kind of them, hanging on from the backside, watching mother as she kind of goes and holding on for dear life, hoping to get around safely. And then, so India is a large country. A lot of people don't think of India as a wildlife country. They just think of the culture and people because there's over 1 billion people.
Right.
But there is still land set aside for animals over there. And so after the sloth bears, I made a little trip northward to see some elephants. It was more of like a side trip. I've never seen elephants before, and so I thought it'd be cool to see them in person. And so it's just a mother and
without
baby.
Tarzan on their back.
Right, exactly.
And then the tigers.
Yeah, so everybody, the tiger is a awesome beast, to say the least. Very scary, intimidating, awesome, and seeing them in the wild was definitely a really neat. This was actually taken on my birthday, so I was pretty excited for that.
and you told me when you were there, you were inside of a vehicle, but it had no top on it.
Yeah, it's a safari vehicle, but if it rained, we got rained on, which happened once. And
or if that tiger decided to come jump in for lunch.
If he decided to jump in, I try to push somebody in front of me.
Because those animals are about what, 3 feet tall to their back?
Yeah, not 2.5, 3 feet.
Yeah.
So they're definitely very big. Be
300-400 pounds.
Yeah. So they're definitely. Here's one. Stalking through the grass, a deer. It's hard to see even in this picture. I mean, they blend in real well. It's amazing how those markings on the tiger really do help them blend in.
Ooh.
Here's one walking to
our vehicle. Was he that close?
Yes.
Was he looking at you?
Yeah, that one is actually.
There's lunch. He's looking at lunch.
Yeah, he's checking out our vehicle. We're kind of maybe in his way, so he did not particularly like that. But I like this shot because it's very straight on. Obviously he's walking directly.
Right.
A little more intimidating than a side shot. I like the intimidating shots.
Look how big that head is.
Yeah.
What, the head? That big around?
A little shorter, but yeah, I mean something like
big.
That. They're very big, very heavy. They mean business.
Ooh, look at that! What a shot that is!
This is one of my favorite shots of the tigers. This is a young female. This female has actually chased Jeeps before. She didn't happen to chase ours, but our guide was pretty nervous about it. But yeah, kind of.
But look at the strength. I mean, you can just see that with that shot right there.
She's letting us know she's king of the jungle.
Well, when you're queen of the jungle, there is no king.
Queen. Yeah.
When there's a queen, there is no king.
That's right.
That's great, Barrett. So, were your buddies, were your video buddies in the area at the same time?
They were with the bears, the sloth bears. I was over with them the first 3 weeks. But my last 4 weeks, I was traveling to India on my own, which is an experience in and of itself of trying to figure out the logistics of trying to get from place to place. And
what about the language? I mean, is there a huge language barrier there, or do
not
people?
Huge. You know, Hindi is their main language, but a lot of people do speak English, but they don't understand my English.
from Middle Tennessee,
right.
They don't understand
and
that.
So they would ask me what I said a whole lot. And it was definitely a frustrating. You know, we'd slowly figure it out, but it wasn't just like talking me and you here. It's very much different.
Well, is funding or financing or dealing in currency, is that a problem, or is that pretty well worked out?
You know, I mean, you definitely have to get the Indian money, and, you know, it's definitely a big change, you know, from American to Indian rupee. But over in India, they definitely barter for everything. So they tell you 400 rupees, and you say, no, 200 rupees. And they say, okay, 275, you know. I mean, it's everything, not any, you know, food, clothes, bus.
Nothing has a set price on it.
Set.
If you're stupid enough to pay what they ask.
If you're white, they charge you more.
Right.
And then you have to go, no, it's this, and you know,
right.
So I'm not very good at bartering.
Yeah, it's just sometimes just not worth it.
Right. So, I mean, everything was cheaper, so I always thought, oh, it's a good deal anyway. But
right.
You still have to barter just.
So as far as using the American dollar there, it's a bargain.
You know, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's, you know, 60 rupees is $1. So, and, you know, a bus ride for 5 hours was, you know, 100 rupees.
Oh. So, yeah, good time. Well, what's in the future for you other than those other 4 bears?
Yeah, so I'm actually heading off this weekend to start driving back to Alaska for the summer, and it's going to take me over a month to get there, stop many places to photograph. And the only thing I have set planned is this photo workshop I have in June 22nd to 27th. I'm still looking for a couple people to sign up for that, but after that, I'm free, willy-nilly, and just looking for a job.
Well, so are you able to? And I want to ask this question, but I don't want to ask it. You're sustaining yourself through your photographic work?
Sustaining, you know, barely. I'm surviving on the low end, but as an artist, photographer, you can't ask for much right now, you know, but surviving and being able to do what I love.
And that's great. Yeah. And I asked you earlier if there was a female involved in your life, and you just laughed just like you did right then.
Yeah.
Ain't got time for that.
No time.
No time for that. Barrett Hedges, thank you, buddy, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank
you.
And
do you have a website or something
yes,
where people can go to?
Yes, my website is www.bearheadphotography.com, or you can Google Barrett Hedges and it'll pop up as well.
Bearheadphotography.com. And what is this week-long trip? If somebody here wanted to take that week-long trip with you, what's the cost on that?
It's really expensive. It's $4,000, I understand, but it's a fly-in remote place in Alaska where it's only going to be us and bears, and quite an experience.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Barrett Hedges, bearheadphotography.com. Barrett, thanks again for coming, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after these messages. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them, and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paint Works at 1960 North Washington Street, and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice
when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Today's Charter tip, set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings, even high program titles, and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
You're going to love this segment. I've just been having the nicest talk with Tori Taft. Nice to meet you, and welcome to our show. Tori is with the Bell Buckle Arts Council, right?
I am.
And you all have been in business about a year and a half? Or is it longer than that?
I think the reforming of it has been about going on 2 years now.
And there's a big event coming up, and we want to make sure we tell you about it. It's on the 17th of May on the
square. We're hesitating because there's not a real square.
But you've got a new circle.
But we have more of a town circle.
And there's going to be artisans and crafts. And
absolutely. We're calling it Artisans on the Square, and we have about 15 arts. I can't say artists, artisans. It's artists who make things.
Artists who make things. And you have Maggie Vaughn will be there with her poetry.
She will be, absolutely. And we have
Michael Bush, I'll bet.
He's not going to set up, but he's hosting the artists afterwards.
Awesome.
But the artisans are all different kind of mediums, all different types of art. So we have potters, we have amazing award-winning white oak basket makers, we have a blacksmith, we even have a chainsaw artist.
That's wonderful.
Which we will probably set him in the back. But let's see, what else do we have? We've got mixed media artists.
Oh, wonderful.
And I have my list here. And Gallagher Guitars. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yes, I am very familiar.
I think this is one of the first times that they have. So they're setting up, and they will be showing their guitars, probably selling their guitars.
Gallagher just first started, and now they're worldwide.
They are worldwide.
We have a video that we want to talk about, and
this is kind of a series of photos of some of the artists that are going to be. This is one of the potters, and she is. They're all Middle Tennessee artists, so we've got a really wonderful representation.
And have you got all the artists you need, or are you going to?
Well, I think we do this time, but we're hoping this is. There's one of our mixed media artists.
Oh, sweet, a dog.
I'm hoping we are going to have such an incredible turnout that this is a free event, of course. It's from 10 o'clock in the morning to about 3. This is...
oh, I love that.
Aren't they? Now, she grows her own.
She's the one, the alpaca person?
This is wool from sheep, and she turns it into wool felt and makes these incredible hats. She has her own farm. Her name's Eva Berg, a fiber artist.
That's
and those
wonderful.
are her specialties.
She takes it off the animal.
She grows it. She's absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. We have a woman named Donna.
And I'm assuming a lot of these things are for sale.
They will be for sale.
So you can pick up a one-of-a-kind item when you go to a show
But the
like
difference
this.
between just having them offered for sale is that you're actually going to be able to see the artists make their art and answer questions, and there's going to be so many different kinds. We have a mosaic artist, Lynn Driver. She will have mosaic jewelry and then some of her mosaic pieces. There they are. Aren't they beautiful?
I know, I've read a lot of stuff about them. I knew some of the family a long time ago, and I know they go out of the country, I think, to get the wood for these guitars, and it's an amazing craft.
And here's some from the chainsaw artist, which I think is going to be so much fun.
With a chainsaw?
His name is Kevin Raines. And he displays all over the place. So I'm really actually, and the kids will love that.
Wood. I guess if it's a chainsaw, they would have to use wood. But that's amazing.
Now that's mosaic. You can't see really closely, but that piece.
That's a Cinco de Mayo dog.
Isn't it?
I love it.
Actually, this piece may be. One of the ones that's at the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital.
Oh.
Lynn Driver has several pieces that are bright, happy
really
pieces
sweet.
like this that are at, We have, yes, I was just going to say, we have 2 basket makers. I believe this is Sue Williams and Betty Tanner, and they're from Cannon County.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that they get like their material off the farm or out of the woods, or
they are. I think it's a classification when they call you a master basket maker. I think you've achieved a certain level of skill, and they are true artists. They do a beautiful job.
Oh, look at that!
We have the Tennessee Valley Woodworkers.
I know all about the Tennessee Valley Woodworkers, and those pieces are just phenomenal.
We're thrilled to have them.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
So they'll have wood turnings, and they'll be demonstrating how they're going to do that. I think this is a really family, that's also from the Tennessee Valley Woodworkers. Yeah. It's a very family-friendly event because, of course, it's free and it's outdoors. And the children, I think, it's going to be an easy, they're not going to get bored. I think if you've got a chainsaw, a blacksmith, and somebody making pottery, the kids are not going to get
busy
bored.
all the time. And you can go into the Bell Buckle Cafe and eat.
Absolutely.
Is the ice cream place open
Absolutely,
on the corner?
the Bluebird.
So you can eat and walk and enjoy and have a wonderful time. Now, this starts at 10 and goes on until 3.
3 in the afternoon.
So
and
that's
it's Saturday the 17th. And we'd love to see you come out there.
It's going to be a wonderful event. So how long have you been involved in this particular
I moved to Bell Buckle a year ago in May.
Well, you just landed running, didn't you?
I jumped in with both feet. I was crowned, I hate to drop names, but I was crowned the Moon Pie Queen.
Well, hey, Moon Pie Queen, you can't beat that.
If you're going to be in there, be royalty.
Do you remember the day when you buy an RC and a moon pie and you were just in heaven?
I absolutely do.
That always goes well, doesn't it?
It does.
I was at the banquet hall one time, and there was this group fixing dinner, different kinds of things. But for dessert, it was based on a moon pie, and I thought that was the cutest thing.
They make a moon pie sundae at the cafe.
Oh, they do?
Yes, they do.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Jay Gregory and his banquet hall and his cafe, and then the shop across the street that Judy runs.
That's called Southern Charm.
Southern Charm. That will be open.
That's yes, and some of the artists are going to be set up right on that porch. Jay Gregory has very generously allowed us to use all the space down around the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall. So that big open space area will be where we'll be set up primarily.
I expect that you're going to have a huge crowd.
I think it's looking good.
I think it's going to be huge, and I think it's an event for every age group.
Absolutely.
There's no one that wouldn't enjoy this.
And some people think art is something sort of highbrow that you have to stare at and understand. And artisans show you how they create art with their hands, and to be able to watch the process is,
it comes from their soul.
It absolutely does.
And most artists have to do it, and they just want someone to share this love that they have for this beautiful work.
And there's a lot of young people who will maybe see something and watch the process and maybe want to go home and try it.
I'm just going to say from experience, if you have a hobby that's beautiful like that, it takes a lot of stress out of your life. You can live longer,
absolutely,
love longer, laugh longer. So that's
and you may not be
need.
able to work on the level of these artisans, but it does kind of make you want to give it a shot.
I know. Tori, I am just so glad I got to meet you.
I'm thrilled to be here.
What fun
Thank
you
you
are and what fun it's going to be. So, 17th, don't miss it, Bell Buckle. You'll find the square as soon as you drive into town.
Yes, you will.
We'll be back.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
All right, we're back.
We're back in another.
What a great show!
Yeah, about to wrap another one up.
Not because I was on it, well, partly, but because
Sure
we had
it
such
was.
great people on the show.
Yeah, a lot of good people.
A lot of fun things happening. If anybody's running around tonight with nothing to do, come by the First Methodist Church. You can see my voice students sing at 6:30.
Very good.
I've got some really good voices there.
Very good.
And Cat on a Hot Tin Roof opens this weekend. Those people are here today, and of course the event in Bell Buckle, which is 17th.
That's right.
Other things I'm sure are going on.
Music in the Park this weekend.
Music in the Park. That's what I was trying to think of.
Music in the Park this weekend.
Because I got students performing at that at 4:30.
Yes, you do. Do you have to be there to chaperone them?
You know what? I am so smart. I have these wonderful students that sing a cappella. They can go anywhere in the world without me. They do not have to have me there. Isn't that good?
That is good.
That
is. Well, they've been at it for a while, haven't they?
Well, it's partially a new group every year. A couple of them have been there a while.
But you've got some leaders.
I've got some leaders, like Martha Brooke Powers, who's graduating this year. What will I ever do without her?
I don't know what you're going to do.
That's pretty cool when you can sing a cappella, then you don't have a lot of stuff to carry around.
You don't have to take a pitch pipe and it's on. You're ready to go.
Well, and Barrett Hedges, I was just so proud to have Barrett here.
Oh, wow.
What he's done with his photography. I mean, he won the National Geographic contest in 2010.
That's amazing.
And for bears, and he's one of the most renowned bear photographers that there is.
I think that'd be like hazardous work or something.
It would be.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if I got that close to a bear, I would be in one of those bomb suits.
Well, we're about ready to get close to the bear because Julia's telling us we have about 30 seconds left to go, and we appreciate you watching, folks.
Happy Mother's Day, mothers.
Happy Mother's Day, you mothers, and you guys go out there and get her something. Go to the flower shop. Blackwell Street, right here in Tullahoma. And with that said, goodbye, folks. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
See you.